And now he drops this record.
You were waiting for it.
And I was so anticipated for it.
Elliott's been talking about this record since like the first time they mentioned it.
You want me to lead with love?
Lead with love. Yeah, lead with love. It's Valentine's Day. Post-Valentine's.
It's a good album. I made it. I'll give you my Elliott Wilson 15-track version of the album. Are you ready for that? Is that a lot of love?
Yeah, 15 is actually gracious. Okay, let's go.
It's probably too gracious, but I am a Drake fan. Drake is my third greatest rapper of all time. My book underneath
first when we started the show,
and Kendrick,
or second when we started the show.
I like seeing. I would go CN Tower, Crying to Chanel, Deeper, Small Town Fame, Pima's Dilemma, Brian Steele, Give Me a Hug, Raining in Houston, Lasers, Nokia, Die Trying, Somebody Loves Me, On My Way, When He's Gone, and Greedy. I can't rock with records called Mothballs and Spider-Man, Superman, and he doing the Padre just to troll us and with us is stupid. It's a good album. It's not enough. It's not enough.
Say it correctly.
It's too much.
It's not enough. Like it was two ways.
It's not enough.
It started with Jadakiss.
You did tweet this.
Jadakiss, yeah, it said it's not enough. We're still in the dot era. That's how I feel. Sorry, Drake fans. So, but leading with love, look, the guy made a good album in the midst of the fucking worst ass kicking we ever seen.
Whoa.
Ass kicking obliteration we've ever seen. Nobody, that would have canceled 99 out of 100 rappers, we must agree. So for Drake to even be able to say, oh, go back to my global audience and do what he does, it is pretty unprecedented that he's solidifying continually his all-time status. But I do feel like Kendrick has eclipsed him, and this doesn't change the fact of that. It actually started when the Jadakiss Locks Dipset battle, when Jadakiss was like, it's good, but it's not enough. And that's how I feel. It's good, but it's not enough. It's just not changing that paradigm. And the other factor that proves into that is the Hot 100 list. I made some notes, Jeremy.
Okay, let's go. ISO.
Okay, so right now, currently, this is Thursday, off the hype of the Super Bowl, Not Like Us is #1 song in America. Luther's #2. TV Off is #3. Squabble Up is #5. And 30 for 30 is #10. There you go. Look at Alex. She ain't playing.
You got a conscious rapper on the Hot 100. He's occupying the top 5 spots. That's dope. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Man. So now this week coming up, and we'll find out next Thursday, a bigger picture. The projections is that Give Me a Hug will be a #7 on the charts, and Nokia will be #10. You know who's in that top 5, running that top 5? #1, now Luther. #2, Not Like Us. #4, TV Off. #5, Squabble Up. So that's not just Super Bowl hype. And here's what I love about it too. I love that what it comes down to is now the Kendrick fans stands and the Drake fans stands are actually really still competing, but it's not with the nasty allegation stuff. It's just about who's better. Like, is the sound of what Drake's doing a return to form that the culture should move that way and we don't like girls twerking with dictionaries? Or is the shit that Kendrick's giving us more potent? Is that music better? And that's the battle we're facing now without the allegations. So I love it. And it's not going nowhere. But I also think my final point is, I think the tricky part of the whole thing is that it speaks to Drake's artistic, somewhat, not say a little bit of a decline. Not like a irrelevant decline, but it's very simply the guy that ran the 2010s, the artist of the decade. Right. His 2020 output, his 2020s output is not that level of the other stuff. It's not. And Kendrick is making more of the hit records, quote unquote, than him right now. The fact that Nokia, like Drake's best efforts of Party, can't crack over the top 5 over Kendrick's records that have still been out there shows that Kendrick's actually making the hits right now. That's the plot twist. Kendrick's making the hits and you're not. Plot twist.
I mean, but it's facts though.
Elliott Wilson.
Thank you.
Was that a crash out?
No, that wasn't. That was good. So what you're saying is,
I have more to say too, but I don't want my
but so what you're saying is it actually exceeded your expectations of what you initially thought a Party Drake album would do, though.
No. A Drake Party album in the right circumstance has to deliver great R&B music, but this isn't the level of Drake's records like Jaded or Jungle or Feel No Ways.
Right.
Like, he has a high standard. This guy is this. So there's moments he's saying cute fly shit about tattoos of another man on the girl's back and all that fly shit that they say and their lifestyle, but it's not as good as the previous stuff. So that's why I always felt that's not the best counter move to go against what Kendrick has. If you want to be the #1 guy, and it goes back to what we were saying earlier about, is at that time, is Jay still #1? Is Wayne now #1? Hip hop is about that. It's about who's #1, you know? And Drake runs around like he's still #1. In his mind, he reclaimed it because he's gonna have a good first week. He's on tours with fans screaming his name. He's selling out wireless fests. So in his mind, he weathered the storm and he's back #1. Do you guys feel he's back number one?
Well, do you think that was the intent? Do you think this is supposed to be the project?
Yes, it was it was to cleanse the palate. I can't beat him on some hip hop shit right now. He's got the culture all fooled that he's Mr. Super Black Superhero. So I'm gonna go left with it. I'm gonna make these records for the ladies. And I hate that too. It's like, you don't judge me who the record's for. It's for me, man. You don't tell me what the music's for. It's hip hop. I want to hear it. It's my record too. It's not just for the ladies.
True.
Yo, you can't even hear it, man, because it's just for the ladies. It's my record too. I'm a consumer. I'm hip hop. I listen to part of your catalog. It's my record too. So he felt it was a palette reset that would help him gain his growth of back being number one. But I don't think it was enough because it shows because of the way the Kendrick records are still performing. Not Like Us is still running. It is.
It is.
You know why? Because your ass didn't go away or cool that shit down. You keep running your head into the same shit over and over again, trying to stop this. But you're not stopping that storm. Now, but you're holding your place in it, but that's putting you below Kendrick. It's still Hove, Kendrick, Drake. You didn't change it with this. It's good, but it's not enough.
You know, that was a really good take from Elliott. It's good, but it's just not enough. Now, with the recent event of streaming, you know that most artists now, when they do drop albums, they usually drop their albums with like 21 records on it or 21 plus records on it because it's better for the algorithm, it's better for streaming services, and it's also better for their pockets. So if you notice, most artists nowadays, they're gonna just bloat their project with songs, and then I guess from there you can go and pick and choose which ones you want. Whereas back in the day, albums were more curated. You know, it wasn't that long, and if they were precisely picked. But nowadays, most projects feel like playlists, and you can just go in and pick what you want. Now, Elliott said he liked 15 out of the 21 tracks on the album, which is very generous because to this day, I only like 6 tracks out of the album. As y'all can see right here, I pulled up my iTunes screen, and you can see I do have the album in my library for those that think that, you know, I just champion Kendrick. I rock with Drake. Been listening to Drake since 2008. Been listening to Drake since MySpace. Been listening to Drake since he was going by the ATF boys on MySpace. I'm pretty sure if you remember that, then yeah, you probably think, oh yeah, he knows his stuff. But yeah, man, on this project, man, CN Tower, Small Time Fame, Brian Steele, Give Me a Hug, Raining in Houston, and On My Way. First of all, the hook on CN Tower is amazing. All right, that's vintage Drake. You know what I mean? I love that hook on that song. Small Time Fame, same situation. I love the beat on that. Amazing. Vintage Drake. You feel me? Brian Steele. I actually like Brian Steele way more than I like Give Me a Hug. Give Me a Hug is cool, but I like Brian Steele way more than that. And then Raining in Houston, again, vintage Drake. On My Way. The beat for On My Way is nasty. I don't know who produced it. I didn't really get time to look at the credits and stuff like that, but they could have gave me this right here as a 6-song EP, and I would have been fine with this. I would have been like, holy, okay. Hey, Drake, do your thing. Is this hip hop? No. But a return to form for Drake? Yes, if they would have gave it to us like this, because 21 songs is just too much. I'm sorry. I don't have time to sit and listen to 21 songs. I mean, think about how GNX came out. GNX is not that many songs. It's like 12 songs, right? Cool. Get in, get out. Give me what I need. I don't need 21 songs. Now, like I said in the previous video, I don't think this is the project that you can really judge. It has Drake falling off yet. You're going to have to wait till he dropped that solo album. And we probably won't get that anytime soon because of the whole lawsuit with UMG and everything he got going on over there, which sucks. Right, but I think for casual Drake fans or for the people that really love Drake, this album is good enough to hold them over. But I agree with Elliott. It doesn't change that spot because what you have is you have Kendrick, who is now making these records. Well, he's been doing this. What am I talking about now? Kendrick's been doing this, but now he's exposed himself to a wider audience. So he's making hit records the same way Drake is, right? What was that line that Drake said to Kendrick on that song he was on with Game, where he shot that video on Compton, where he was like, I would have had all your fans if I would have stayed conscious and then go on some pop shit. Same situation. But except this time around, the conscious dude that people claim his songs are too deep, he's occupying the top 5 spots of the Hot 100. And Drake is out of that top 5, which is very, very rare. So Drake fans really can't run and say, oh, well, Kendrick don't make hit records. Well, the Hot 100 Billboard is probably the highest metrics that you can get in this country in terms of making hit records and what's hot or not at the time, right? It's been a metric that's been used for years. Nothing's changed. But like I said, we can't make that judgment until we get this Drake solo project. We need a Drake solo project, a Drake album where he's completely rapping, where he's really back in his bag, and that's when you're gonna find out for sure. But if this was any indication that anything has changed and Not Like Us, nothing's changed. Kendrick is still the top dog. Kendrick has let it be known that, hey, ain't no big three, it's just big me. Not Like Us is a certified hit, Grammy Award winning song. It's gonna keep getting played. Matter of fact, I saw like a video where I think it was a soccer match, like overseas, and they had like Not Like Us spelled out in the crowd. Like, it's cultural at this point, you know what I mean? And it's so crazy that it's a diss record, but I love it because at the end of the day, y'all, what I say in every video I do, it's hip-hop. But yeah, man, it's the Kid Ríez. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, make sure y'all be safe, stay carefree, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace.